So trading has been good. So we were on a streak of 14 trading days with no losses. And I still remember yesterday, Dr. B was trading in and he was saying, man, it's 14 days. We were just crushing it. And I felt this shudder through my system. I'm like, he didn't just say that. And then yesterday afternoon, we had a losing trade. And today I had two winners, but one loser. So we kind of, I'm not super superstitious like that. But at the same time, the market never lets you get too cocky or too full of yourself. It makes you remember who's boss.
Yeah.
And it's just inevitably a loss is coming. So yeah, it was a great week, great month, in fact, but we finally had a loss in the trading room here over the last couple of days. It does.
In this video, Gareth will offer his insights on whether Bitcoin will maintain its position or if we're teetering on the edge of another downward movement. Join Gareth in this interview as he discusses these topics and more. Before we continue with the rest of the video, do check out daily 5-minute crypto newsletter with all the latest crypto and Bitcoin news. It's a fantastic analysis of on-chain crypto data and breakdowns, and the best part is it's absolutely free. They'll cover expert predictions, breakdowns of on-chain crypto data, and any breaking news you need to know, all in a nutshell. Click the first link in the description and enter your email to join over 50,000 others in becoming a better crypto investor right now.
Should probably talk about Bitcoin, shouldn't we?
Sure.
All right.
Absolutely.
So Bitcoin yesterday, amazing bounce, right? We had the fall the previous day and we went down basically to right in this zone right here, right? We could see the support line and then we had this huge bounce. The negative for Bitcoin today is that the stock market is up. It might not be up a lot, but its stock market is up. Bitcoin's giving back half of its gains from yesterday. So that to me is a little bit of a disconnect with what you would assume would happen. If the stock market was up, I would think, okay, well, at least Bitcoin should be up a little bit, right? And it's not. So
it usually follows somewhat.
It's a risk on trade, right? So again, that does catch my eye that it's pulling back. As a technician, you really only care about this line now, right? So if we break here, that's where you get your next leg down to this zone right down here. You have this sideways, all these trend lines kind of right in this area would be your zone. Now, if it can hold this, at some point you need to see it reattack 69,000 and change and get back above there. But right now, again, not the greatest price action today on Bitcoin. So we'll have to see again where it goes.
BlackRock's clientele primarily shows interest in Bitcoin, with Ethereum following closely behind. BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF, the iShares Bitcoin Trust, has amassed approximately 243,000 bitcoins since its inception. U.S. presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. views cryptocurrencies as a robust defense against inflation and a means to reclaim autonomy from governmental and banking institutions. He believes that crypto can empower individuals to break free from Federal Reserve control and combat wealth disparity. Renowned singer Akon has urged fans to refrain from requesting crypto-related messages and personalized videos on Cameo, likely stemming from his involvement in a futuristic city project in Senegal that is connected to cryptocurrencies.
Gold's price action today is not great either. Now, again, a lot of it has to do with the dollar. So the dollar, when the dollar goes up, since gold is traded in dollars, generally that puts pressure on gold. Now, the dollar being up so much, you could actually make a case that this is okay price action because you're barely down on gold for the day, even though it reversed off of the highs. Again, for me, it's looking at this chart and saying, okay, we know this was this huge breakout, right? Huge breakout. I still partially wonder if we need to trickle back down before that next leg up. Doesn't mean we have to retrace to a scene of the crime. I just know that over the course of 100 charts, 70% approximately do retrace back to this level. And if the dollar does break out and continue up, then at some point it pushes gold down. But I think the writing is on the wall is that at some point we either have a recession or inflation, and all of these things are positive for gold. And so again, any pullbacks towards the scene of the crime for me are buying opportunities.
Okay.
The price of gold, denoted as X8USD, continues its decline and appears poised to further extend the overnight retracement from its record peak. The optimistic outlook for the U.S. economy is bolstering the U.S. dollar to a 3-week high, which is perceived as a significant factor dampening demand for the commodity. The Federal Reserve has projected a less restrictive policy stance and potential rate cuts for 2024, heightening expectations for action at the June policy meeting. This sentiment is reinforced by a fresh downturn in U.S. Treasury bond yields, which may have restrained aggressive bets on the USD and provided support to the non-yielding gold price. Consequently, it would be prudent to await strong follow-through selling before considering any additional bearish positions for X8USD.
So what we've seen on the S&P is that we started out strong, and then we've kind of gone sideways but faded towards the lower range. Now, again, as you can see, we're a very, very tight range, so it's not like there's a lot going on. It almost reminds me of a hangover. In fact, I feel a little hungover just from the live yesterday and everything like that. So I kind of understand the markets today. But again, it's not like we're continuing to trend higher. If anything, it's kind of sideways to lower, which tells me that there's something kind of lurking here, that I'm not really buying yesterday's big rally necessarily in today's update. And the reason I want to talk about this is because of the U.S. dollar. So supposedly the Fed was super dovish yesterday, and they kind of were. Jerome Powell basically said, we're going to do 3 rate cuts, and that's what the markets had priced in. But the kicker is we had the CPI and PPI for 2 straight months showing inflation, and the Fed still is willing to do 3 cuts. So that was definitely dovish. And the kicker here, yesterday we saw the dollar decline, which is normal. All right, Fed dovish, dollar declines, markets go up. But look at today, we open lower, and the dollar has recovered not only what it lost yesterday, but gained some in addition. And that piques my interest. That's something that says, wait a minute, the big money that's trading currencies, and we'll look at the bond market in just a minute, is not necessarily buying that the Fed is really going to be cutting rates and just kind of starting this big thing that the market's thinking about. So that's number one. Now, on a technical level, we still have this amazing downsloping trend line here that we want to follow. And again, we zoom out here and we can just see how far this line goes back. It's actually an incredible line here, right? It goes all the way back here through these highs. We tagged it here. So what I'm going to be watching going into tomorrow and the next week is, do we break out? I mean, does the dollar break out, which would be a huge change in character from what we've been doing here. So that'll be number one. The second thing that has me kind of skeptical about this market is the bond market, right? So the bond market is known as the smartest money. It's the biggest money. It's trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars. And yesterday, we saw a little downtick in yields. And today we were down decently, but we recovered and we're now flat for the day, trading at 4.277%. We were just, when again, we were thinking the Fed was going to be hawkish, we were just slightly higher. So we didn't really, usually if the Fed's dovish, rates should be dropping much, much more, and they're not. And so it again makes me say, something's going on. What does the bond market, the big traders, the big institutions know that the stock market's ignoring right now? So that's a thing right there.
During the Bitcoin Investor Day in New York, Robert Mitnick, head of digital assets at BlackRock, revealed that Bitcoin remains the most favored cryptocurrency among their clients, closely followed by Ethereum. Since its inception in January, IBIT has consistently expanded its Bitcoin holdings, currently amounting to approximately 242,400 BTC valued at around $15.8 billion as of March 22. Mitnick emphasized that BlackRock's approach to Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies has evolved over time, with a focus on assisting clients in understanding market trends, constructing portfolios, and managing risks. Tailored advice is offered to clients at various stages of their crypto investment journey. BlackRock's clients seek insights into the risks and potential benefits of investing in Bitcoin, and there is a growing trend of investors opting for IBIT for Bitcoin investments, irrespective of their prior experience with the asset. Client discussions often revolve around portfolio construction and risk management. The strong preference for Bitcoin among BlackRock's clients underscores the increasing acceptance of cryptocurrency as a legitimate investment avenue. As IBIT continues to augment its Bitcoin holdings, BlackRock remains committed to furnishing clients with comprehensive insights and guidance to navigate the dynamic crypto market. For more daily dose crypto news, check out these 2 awesome videos on your screen. Click now and we will see you on the next video.